We're on YouTube, and we're studying YouTube. So that's good. Tyranny Control.
This happened just recently. We don't even have to go back to whatever, World War II and that era for countries banning guns and then having a collapse scenario. This happened just recently in the last decade, so we'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, let's dive into what they're saying exactly, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And this is the final assault, guys. So the president came out and said that there's no reason to own a 9mm pistol. Okay, is this guy serious?
The president says there's no reason to own a 9mm pistol. Ain't no reason. We got you.
He's saying you are
police got you.
That is the most
The police got you.
Pistol
They're gonna take care of you.
Okay, this is out of hand. We're not even talking about rifles or anything, much less a 223, which is the average round that we're always talking about here. Is just barely a step up from a 22. Once again, just in a rifle.
Going live on Facebook.
So,
won't be on too terribly long today.
And he previously said the same thing.
About to get up this morning. Say,
is a
freaking wore out.
Weapon that needs to be banned. Should not be allowed. Okay.
We don't need 9mm. All you need is 22.
Around in your purse for protection. No, sir. All you people that want to have concealed carry and have a 9mm. No, sir. I don't understand what the logic is here. And the coordination with the Canadian Prime Minister coming out at the same exact time, very suspicious. He's saying he wants to ban all handguns in the country. Okay, restrict access to all handguns. No new guns come in. And he also wants a buyback program for what they call assault weapons. Whatever that is, that's just a...
welcome on in. Welcome on in. Good to see you in here. Welcome to the chat today, to the newsreel. We got some stuff playing in the background, but talking about tyranny control today. I'm tired of tyrants. And our government made laws against this to keep it from slipping in. I want some tyranny-free zones.
Supreme Court justices saying that the Second Amendment should be thrown out and abolished. Guys.
All right, if you're just now coming in, share it out. Hey James, how you doing, bud?
Because it's so sad.
We're talking about tyranny control today.
This is not.
So Biden came out yesterday and he said you don't need a 9mm. You don't need a 9mm. He done said the Constitution is not absolute. Second Amendment is not absolute. You don't need no 9mm. Justin Trudeau just passed a comprehensive gun ban. So here we are now. You don't need a 9mm to protect your own. The police will get there. They might stand outside for an hour while they're waiting to get in to protect you, while they're afraid of getting shot by the guys robbing your house. But yeah, you don't need no 9mm. All you need is a shotgun. You go out there and shoot it off a couple times. Bow, bow. Get out of here, boy. Get out of here, you bad guys. Yeah, you ain't taking mine either. Look, if you're against gun violence and you're for a gun ban, if you're for a gun confiscation, if you are for common sense gun control, you're promoting gun violence, because it is gonna happen. I'm telling you, folks. It may not be me and mine, but there's gonna be that family. There's gonna be that kind of there's gonna be that family, and the ATF's gonna show up, and children are gonna get shot in the crossfire because of the ATF. They've screwed things up plenty of times. What kind of gun can you have? Well, Biden's saying you don't need more than a 9mm. You don't need a 9mm. You don't need no 9mm. All you need is a 22 cal. I hope your day is amazing too, wonderfully made. Guns, America, America. It's not even a America thing anymore. It's just common sense things.
Crises are coming. We are going to collapse.
So this guy's talking about Venezuela and how Venezuela enacted a gun ban.
Natural resources.
A 38 now, you getting way too high up there with them 38s. You don't need no 38. You don't need no daggum 38.
Venezuela started to have economic problems, and then just a few years
Venezuela. They always enact a gun ban when they're about to enact communism, when they're about to enact laws that you're not going to like, and they're going to take your stuff.
We're being told all the time.
How can one? I don't know. I mean, and the thing about it is, God body, is he's not one of the best speakers to speak for everybody. Now Justin Trudeau ain't either. They all sitting there. We're getting rid of handguns. They were so self-righteous. We're getting rid of handguns, and they're all clapping.
Okay, it is one of the final straws.
It is one of those things you need, Big J.
Break the camel's back. Okay.
Fear mongering, tripling. Well, fear mongering. Let's see. So we're talking about common sense gun control. Well, that's how Canada started. Now they're taking they're outlawing the manufacture and sale of handguns. So you can say we're fear mongering, but we know once the government starts taking your rights, they do not give them back. They do not give them back. We know that. We know this. Y'all were complaining about Roe versus Wade just here recently, okay? You know, and why? Because you know if they take that right, you're still going to have it in the state, but you're going to have states that take it. You're going to have them take more control. They're not being saved because of that juicy green apple. You know that. Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Lives are not being saved. Where there's comprehensive gun control, gun violence may go down, but violent crime does not. It actually goes up. Standing there, been a BB gun there in a corner, standing up in a corner, and all I did was pick eye. Criminals still have firearms in these countries, and people are at the behest of those with guns. In China, they were at the behest of the government when they started locking them with bars into their houses. We got to think about this. It's tyranny control. Australia never got rid of all their guns. 60% of those guns are still out there. Can car insurance cover flat tires? What's that there? Hey, we can, buddy. We can. The land of the free is now turning into more of a communist state. You're exactly right. Guns are tyranny control. We need common sense tyranny control. And our founding fathers gave us common sense tyranny control. Oh, well, Lord, there's tons of it. We'll get you that proof tomorrow. It's been a while since I've read it, but it is there. These people called 911 and made me go for mental evaluation. So, in the midst of comprehensive gun control, you're expecting the police to show up and take care of you. Okay, so they're going to wait an hour outside your home before they come in. They don't want to get shot. They don't want to get shot. So I want you to think about that. You're putting your safety in the hands of others. And then you're going to complain about the police and talk about how bad they are. It does not make sense. I can be said to not make sense a lot because I don't believe in common sense gun control. We've got a lot of gun control already. Our rights have already been infringed upon severely. Police should need at least a 2-year degree. A degree does not help you. Just excuse me if I burst your bubble. A degree does. I have never seen but a handful of people, and these were just people that were just born smart that had a degree and it helped them. The degree does not help you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you that and burst your bubble. I've seen tons of geniuses well-educated people with degrees destroy factories, destroy workplaces with their ignorance. You want some comprehensive control? Let's common sense control our college education system. Screw that. That's why we're here. We just had a country invaded and they were handing out guns. The police waited for an hour outside that school and arrested parents and pepper sprayed parents, and they would not go in because they scared of getting shot. I'm gonna tell you something. They make you get hit with. They make you get hit with a taser before you can, usually before you can go out and get into police work. I mean, they should be shooting you with a beanbag gun or something just to give you a good idea of getting hit and get you over that. I mean, the police, that's a given. You're putting yourself in the line of fire. That is true, Cocaine. What a big gray mix say. Huh. Where are we at? Where is he at? Can't work at Qualcomm without a degree. Yeah. Qualcomm. What is Qualcomm? I have to look that up. I've seen a lot of people get a higher education that didn't have a dang lick of common sense. Now, it's not going to say people don't need higher education in some fields, but I'm going to tell you something. At some point, you cannot educate people on things. They just going to have to figure things out. They're going to have some common sense. I've seen people get a hold of a dang certificate of completion of education. I've seen people get a hold of all kinds of comprehensive education that didn't have no business in the field they were in. They didn't have a dang clue. So don't tell me about police need a 2-year degree. It's insane. They need to sign a waiver that they're willing to go into the line of fire to save people if they're going to take that job. Then they need to start paying them a decent wage. Lord, we're paying actors more to get on screen and run their mouth and act like idiots. Hey, how you doing, Clay? Than we do teachers and we do policemen and firemen. Well, I'll say this. People that make phones, coders, computer coders, there is a severe shortage right now because when they bring these college educated computer whizzes in, they do not have real world experience. They just have a paper. And the older guys are becoming fewer and fewer far between, and there is a struggle to get people that can actually do the work. So they have started working in recent years to start apprenticeship programs in this area, as you would have in with electricians, with millwrights, with welders. They're working on basically getting rid of your higher education system in favor of a higher experience system. Military experience. Well, I mean, they should train them like they do military. Exactly right, BJ Woodyberry. Mm-hmm. Internships. Well, internships is a good name for it. They've always had them, but they just keep pushing this higher education. And nobody, a lot of times internships don't pay anything. So they bring somebody straight in from college and they quit and they go get a van, a Sprinter van, and they go decide to tour America. They do have soap. Yeah. Not sure what that reference is to. The president's in here. Whew, Lord, it's a tiring morning. There has been there has been some information come out. So this is a little far off fringe kind of stuff. Uvalde mass shooting timeline reveals another person was involved, kind of thing. So that's one of them unverified thing. Oh. So there's also been a lot about the economy. That's what this channel's mainly about when I'm making content, when I'm getting on here. You don't have to have higher education to have advanced math and logic and algorithm skills. You don't have to have that. You can pick that up. You can learn that. That's a lot of times that's also just a natural inclination in people that are very good coders. When you're seeing kids become very good at coding before they get into college, I mean, we're seeing a lot of them around here in Alabama. It's just that way. My cousin was a very good coder, and because he didn't have the education, he went to work at Amazon in Chattanooga, and the tech department, the IT department, wouldn't bring him in. So he went into maintenance because you didn't have to have as much of an education to go into maintenance. He had some education, but not a lot. So he goes into maintenance and he ends up, dealing with all that they needed him, doing the coding on the machines, doing coding on different equipment, robots that they had in there. And so then the guy in the IT department finds out what he can do. I mean, he's actually smarter than the guy that's running the IT department. And he's like, screw you, man. He had all his friends he had made in there. And we're talking about a guy, he took a few classes on coding, but he already knew because he had been using a computer since a kid. There's a lot of things you may need, but I'm going to tell you, you can go to school all you want and they cannot inject those things in you. If you're just born with those natural inclinations inside you, it's different. See here, Sugar Mags. Precedent. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. We got precedent. I do have rules in here. My mod's probably not up at this time of morning. So I do have rules. I let people abuse me and say things called clown and all that, but do not attack anybody else in here. Precedent. I like that. Been coding since you was 6. Yeah, you know how many dads that are coders are teaching their kids stuff, and then they find these little prodigies that are just they'll jack up their PlayStation. There was a kid here. He had a PlayStation 2 that he could play. That he done the work. He put the equipment on that PlayStation 2 and where he could take a thumb drive, and he was playing PlayStation 3 games, PlayStation 4 games. On that one system. His dad was amazed. He was offered a job in the military cybersecurity division. they were trying to recruit him into that, and he said he didn't want to go into the military, but he was going to college. Miss you. I don't need mods. I said I can take you abuse. The mods are for the other people in here that I don't want you abusing. John Caesar. Uh-oh. That's the work alarm. Those elites want him. Yep. This was a while back. That kid was real smart. He was a genius. Oh, I'm not sure what he ended up doing, but I know he's probably making plenty of money. Yeah, Clay, I'm up real early. I'm wore out and tired, but I got to go to work early. I get off early though. I get off around 3:30, so it's a good 10-hour shift. Oh Lord! So we got the trolls from the troll farms in here. If you're just now coming in, you don't know there are troll farms in places like Pakistan and India. And they literally do not care anything about what we're talking about, but they will come in and try to stir up trouble, to try and gauge reactions. And there are people that go over these findings. And there's a whole lot of rip-a-maroo about, just studying what's going on. This is not your country. Precedent. Still trying to figure this one out. Yeah, this is one of them from the troll farms. You got Precedent. You got John Caesar. That's not Caesar. That's Kaiser. Kaiser. We'll see you, Patriots United. There you go, man. Get them animals took care of. Yeah, we do need to pray for you all. No, because most of the time when you have a troll come in, I've had people that come in that disagree. People that disagree will debate and conversate and treat you with mutual respect. Precedent. People like you and John, y'all come from the troll farm. The troll farm. They like to come in and stir up trouble on social media. We know they exist. So there you go. Bigger done. Big redone. Big red one. Okay. Keep the racist out the chat. Who is being racist? We've been talking about tyranny control. You got some trolls in here trying to stir some things up. I'm about to have to get off. I got 2 minutes before I gotta start getting ready to go out the door. I'm in Alabama. What the heck? Where are you from, Nikki? Big red one. Birds aren't real. Inbreed. What problem you got with inbreeding there, John? What do you got wrong? What's wrong with that inbreeding? You afraid of getting made to squeal like a pig, boy? You sure does got a pretty mouth, John, by the looks of this here picture. I can't really see it. If you do not know what that is, those are quotes from Deliverance. Yes, one of the mainstay movies. Right up there with Sweet Home Alabama and Crazy in Alabama. Yeah, and Forrest Gump. They're all great movies about Alabama. That's that there hillbilly talk. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Yeah. You want to go get some of that shine? I did get a haircut. It's cut off. Oh, I love the trolls. Folks, that is all the time that I have. See what I'm talking about? That's all they can do. That's all they can do. But we're going to be heading out today. Thank you for coming in. I hope you come back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to get up and get going tomorrow. I almost didn't today. We'll have our trolls come back in. Oh, white lightning. I ain't got no white lightning. You got some white lightning, girl? Boy? You got some white lightning over there with you? Oh, man, this boy from, I think it's Christchurch, New Zealand, come in, and all the alcohol around here was just super weak to him. And then he got a hold of some white lightning, and he drank a whole pint of that junk. Needless to say, he woke up 3 days later with no memory or recollection of what had happened to him, and he had lost a couple friends, could never go back to their house again. But now, we hope you come back in tomorrow. We had some fun. We had some trolls come in. We had a good time. I got called inbred, and Amish. A lot of people think I'm Amish because I don't have a mustache, but I just hate my mustache. We also have the trolls come in. We have a good time with the trolls. We have a lot of folks come in saying a lot of crazy stuff. But in the end, your firearm is tyranny control. If the government wants to take your firearm and they're using ignorant, useless, mindless arguments to try and take them, and their sheep are buying at their command when it comes to gun control, hey, the state's about to take control. We need tyranny control. We need comprehensive, common sense tyranny control. Do not give up your firearms. I don't care if they make a law at this point. I don't care what they may say at this point. Do not give up your firearms. Yes, 30 Jim. Guns are just tools. We don't have a ranch problem because cars are tearing it up. We don't have a car problem or a truck. We don't have a truck problem because stuff's not showing up at the store in time. It's a people issue. It's a people issue. It always comes back to people. Yeah, it's proven that it will help with shooting, but in the areas they take firearms, violent crime goes up. This is a statistic that's widely known. It's not widely pushed except by conservatives. Law abiding is a lie. Take him down, TikTok. All right. We'll block that in there. Beanie usually takes care of the folks that just get out of hand, and precedent was out of hand. You don't go try and attack my dang account. There we go. I let them two stay in here way longer than I do a lot of people. It's not undeniably beneficial. You look at Australia and you look at China during the pandemic, how those people were treated. You look at blue states where there are less gun owners than there are in red states, and you look at how those people were treated. No, guns are tyranny control. Where the guns are controlled, we see the government out of control. And that's something you can take to the bank. That's something that you can take to the bank. Where guns are under control, the government's out of control. It should not be harder to get a gun than a license. But is it harder to get a ranch than a license? You got to understand that. Well, Trump, do you put all your faith in Trump? I don't. If an 18-year-old can go to war and put his life, if if he is legally bound to put his life on the line to go to war for you, that 18-year-old should have access to alcohol. He should have access to cigarettes. He should have access to firearms. I don't care what anybody says. At 18, when they're legally an adult, you shouldn't have to wait till you're 21 to do anything. Yeah, my kids have had guns since they were younger. They can choose when someone dies. Well, we willingly throw them into war zones where they're made to put their life on the line. It's an army rifle. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad somebody admitted that, Annie Bell. That wasn't an army rifle. That was not a military firearm, a military grade firearm. It was a semi-automatic firearm. Folks, I got to get off here. It's time for work. Time to leave. Y'all have a good one.